What up? It's your favorite cousin, your favorite uncle, your favorite brother, your favorite nephew, your favorite father, your favorite son, your best friend's best friend. It's me, Dr. Larry Smith, and welcome to Living For You, the YouTube channel. This is a safe space, a positive place in which we come to grow with each other, to entertain each other, to appreciate each other, and to love one another. That is what this place is about. I'd like to say welcome back to all of you, my faithful subscribers. We are growing in our numbers, and I'd like to say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sticking with us and growing with us. I appreciate you. You know I consider you family, so you're family once you subscribe to this channel, and we love you, love you, love you. Those of you who are watching, who are anticipating a subscription, go ahead and subscribe. What are you waiting for? Become part of the family. I love you just as much, but I would love for you to come here and bring your positive energy and bring your optimism and your love and your light here to make this space a bright community, because this is a safe space. It's a positive place. I say that every time, and that's what I want this to be for all of us involved. We are growing, we are getting better, we are optimizing, we are doing all kinds of things, magnetizing, magnetizing. So the word I want to use, that's attracting the energy, but we also are maximizing and growing and becoming better. So thank you for coming and watching the videos, but there's no point in watching the videos and not subscribing. And then those of you way back there who are just wanting to come and contribute, go ahead. You can leave comments, you can send me emails, all kinds of things. I'm here. I'm a life coach, so if you want some coaching services, it's affordable. I have things for you. We can do one-on-one via Zoom. If you're in California, we can do it in person. But I want people to grow and be more positive and optimistic and move on beyond stuff that they're dealing with so that they can live the life that they want. The magnificent life that you were given, that you can actually live it. I promise you. But anyway, if you want to know more about me and my business, which is Live For You Coaching, a life coaching and spiritual coaching practice, you can go to www.liveforyoucoaching.com. That's www.liveforyoucoaching.com. And if you want to just follow me on a daily basis, you can actually follow me on Instagram and on Facebook at Dr. Larry Smith. That's Instagram and Facebook, Dr. Larry Smith. You can engage with me. You can email me at drlarry@liveforyoucoaching. There's many ways to get in contact with me, or to keep up with me, or to participate with me, or to encourage me, or to support me. Many ways for you to support me. I got so many things that I'm working on and building. Looking forward to putting out there that I would love and appreciate and honor and value your support. So once those things start rolling out, you'll be able to support more and more of that. So I look forward to doing more things, having interviews, doing workshops, engaging clients and people who are getting coaching on a spiritual level or just on a life coaching level. And I look forward to writing more books, publishing more courses, all kinds of things that I have in the periphery that is happening, that I am building, doing the work, mining right now, doing the hard work, building, so that when I put it out there, I look forward to you guys' support. So speaking of something that's been out there, remember this, the book, The Freedom Prescription, Medicine for Reclaiming Your Present Life After Trauma. Recall that, the book that's out on Amazon right now for $12. You can go and get the book. Well, remember I said that I was going to go through this 6-week journey of going chapter by chapter, pretty much discussing different aspects of the book. You know, not going into full detail because I want you to get the book and read the book. In fact, I would like you to get the book, read the book along with what we have going on now. The book isn't a long book to read. It's intentionally not a long book because I realize that the attention span nowadays is a little shorter, but I want to have to drop the gems a lot quicker, kind of get to the point so that you get the gems and you can use these prescriptions. They're not the total end-all be-all solution, but it's prescriptions, and hopefully it helps you get you on the track to where you need to go to find your healing from a trauma or whatever you're going through, so that you're able to live the life that you want to live. And I do mean want, not the life that you're given. We're all given life, but you can have the experience of that life that you were given based on what you want. So anyway, last week's chapter, we talked about chapter 1, and that was about acceptance. And we know that acceptance is a very important key component to healing. If you have not accepted what is about what has occurred, then there's no way you can get beyond it. Because a lot of times people live in this kind of denial state. They live in that river in Egypt, denial, where they're never wanting to accept what is. And it's even sometimes people have a hard time accepting who they are and what it is about them that is causing certain things. So the first step to healing and to getting onto your road to a successful life that you want is simply accepting what is. That is the very first step, but it is an important foundational step to your healing. Because the truth is, and you guys know I have my notes on specific things that I wanted to highlight, but accepting what is a vital step, because it means that you have looked at your trauma and you are seeing it clearer than perhaps you have ever seen it before, right? You're not only saying this has happened to me, but I see what it is. I'm gonna call a thing. I'm gonna accept a thing as being a thing, and I see what it is, and I will not allow this thing to continue to dominate my life for the rest of my life. So I accept it, I own it, I acknowledge what it is. And we went through the steps of that last week of talking about acceptance. But acceptance is just the first step. And like I said, foundational, but a first step. The next step is to process your thinking and to think about your thinking and mind your thinking. That is a very super important step. Because here's the thing, most of the time we are not in control of our thinking. We get thousands of thoughts a day, in and out, all around in our minds, and we never really actually take time to go in and dive into those thoughts. In fact, some of those thoughts that we are having are reoccurring thoughts that are creating emotional energies within us that we are reacting to, that are creating our experiences and ultimately creating the life that we are living. So if you go and you just start processing and thinking and focusing on some of those thoughts, you'll really start to realize why you are where you are, if it's not where you want to be, or if it is where you want to be. Your thoughts are playing a huge role into that. I can speak from my own personal experiences that growing up, being in a religious household, devoutly religious household, I was never taught really to process my own thoughts per se. I was given scriptures, I was given beliefs, I was given facts, I was given ideas, I was given life decisions, and these are what was considered right and what was considered wrong. And I was admonished, strongly admonished, in fact, almost pushed to accepting what was considered the right thinking and the right choices for me. And so that's how I lived. And so that's kind of a step or 3 steps under where you should be when you're in your fullness. Why? Because you're not even processing your own thoughts. You're focusing on trying to mimic a blueprint set out for you. But the good thing is you are your own blueprint. You have your own way of thinking. You have your own unique expression that you are. And it's an expression of the highest power there is. Some call it God, some call it spirit, some call it the source, whatever you want to call that. You are a unique expression of that power. And being a unique expression of that power, you already have the unique blueprint that works for you within your thoughts. So it is important for you to focus on those thoughts that you guys are having. A simple shift in thinking can completely change your perspective and ultimately change your experience of life. In the book, I talk about the childlike state, right? Thinking like a child. I don't mean being immature. And I get that from the Bible, but I know many world teachings, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Islam, whether it's humanism. A lot of world teachings teach, whether they're social, religious, or whatever, to be more childlike, to keep that childlike sense of wonderment. And that's exactly how I interpreted Jesus' thoughts when he said, be like child. You know, when he had the child, he told the disciples to be like the child. I took that as just him simply saying, be curious, be optimistic, be open and adventurous, wanting to try more, wanting to understand more, always constantly learning and growing, and don't get stuck in a certain place to where you can't be there anymore. And that's what I see when I think of being childlike, keeping your curiosity and your wonderment wide-eyed, willing to try the world. Many times, as we get older or after we've experienced certain things, we lose that childlike tendency. In fact, the perpetual childlike mind is always able and eager to grow. It is only when we become adults or adult-minded when we embrace cynicism. And I point out in the book that I feel like we're living in a very cynical world, right? Everybody's suspicious of everything and everyone and of every experiences. And so we're so suspicious and cynical about things that are going on that we don't take steps to being the best we can be. Somebody might say, well, I have religion and religion has taught me to do X, Y, and Z. But what if what you need isn't found in that religion? But what if you're so cynical or scared or fearful of moving beyond that religion to find what you need? You will never get to where you need. And I can say, I know people in my family, I have friends who have gotten caught into something that I know if they just move beyond that just a little bit, they will find their freedom. But they don't seek their freedom because of the cynicism that they have. Everybody feels like the world is out to get them, it seems. No one just lives in a world of innocence in which they feel like I'm living my own experiences and everything and everyone and every experience isn't that bad. Cynicism. And I feel like when we lose that child sense of wonderment, when we move into our adult minds, which are responsible minds, your adult mind pays the bills. Your adult mind forces you to go to work. Your adult mind makes you here to want to process your mind. So your adult mind is a very useful mind. But when it comes to finding healing, and when it comes to moving beyond trauma and getting to a place of peace and living the life that you want, a childlike mind is good enough. Because it's simple, it's optimistic, and it's always ready to learn and to grow and develop into something great. So it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Because what I have learned in my experiences is your thinking plays the major role in your experience. You cannot blindly walk through life with no conception or no consideration to your thinking and think that everything is just going to manifest itself just because of whatever. Things do manifest themselves, but it might not be what you want, or it might be. Are you willing to gamble with your life that way? Or are you willing to take the steps to think about your thinking so that you're going to live what you envision that you want to live? The key for healing is getting your thoughts in line, not with where you were, but with where you want to be. This is your task. This is your decision. And it's a very powerful decision. You'd be surprised how many people are apprehensive when I tell them that you control your thinking and you have the right to think whatever you want to think. They're like, well, life brings in this, and this person does that, and the devil did this, and my upbringing did. I'm like, no. Ultimately, all that stuff may be around you, but you don't have to allow it to mandate, dictate, control your thinking. Your thinking is your thinking. Capital Y-O-U-R. Your thinking. And so it is important that you master your thoughts and that you remaster your thoughts and you take ownership of them and you use them the way that you need to use them for your healing and for your well-being in your life. And so, of course, I came up with a program that's centered around that. It's called Think. It's the Remastering Your Thinking program. And it's an acronym. The acronym is THINK, Think. The first part is trust. And I'm going to, kind of go through some of these from the book so that you guys, like I said, not going to any detail, but just a little bit of them so that you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say think as an acronym. The first one is, truth. The first one is truth, which is to understand what has happened. It's another way of saying accept what has happened in your life so that you're able to deal with that. Another one is to find healing, healing, the H is healing from your past thoughts, so that you're able to move beyond that, so you're able to grow and get to the next level where you need to go. The next one is imagine the possibilities, the I. What are you waiting for? There is a better, more greener pasture on the other side. Just imagine what it'd be like to be free from being bounded to what happened to you and being able to live a life according to your plans, on your terms, and with your freedom. Imagine the possibilities. You can accomplish anything you want to accomplish because you're choosing to go after and to think about what you want to think about. Then you change your thought patterns. So the N in think is new thought patterns. You can't, thinking is important, so you're going to think. So why not choose what you're going to think and implant in your mind maybe some affirmations or something that you want to focus on instead of focusing on the negativity that you've probably always focused on for the most of your life. Why even go there? Why even do that? And then of course Decay, which in think, T-H-I-N-K, kill the nonsense. Any thoughts that are not in line with where you want to go are nonsense. It's nonsense. It's something that's not going to be useful to you. Why focus on it? So take them out. Think about those negative thoughts and throw them out of there. You don't need those things. And of course, you guys know in the Freedom Prescription, it's just basically me giving you kind of some prescriptions and things that I've come across in my walk and in my studies of trying to just be a better, positive thinking, growing individual, healthy-minded individual. So of course I give you 6 of my most powerful spirit guides, as I call them, people who have given me something that I feel like I've been able to implement in my life and use it. Last week it was Byron. Well, this week it's Norman Vincent's pill, The Power of Positive Thinking. And I know that's a book that a lot of you probably have heard of, and some of you have thought about, so I think it is, whatever. You've heard the quotes from Norman Vincent Peale. But I look at it in a completely different way. I see thoughts as being very important. I see that you cannot have the experience you want without having the thoughts that you should have in order to get those experiences. So I just gave a few quotes, and I'll read a few of them here. Repetition of the same thought develops into a habit, which repeated frequently enough becomes an automatic reflex. Haven't I just been saying that? The thoughts that you focus on the most is the experience that you are having. Whether you know it or not, go back and think. Do inventory, self-inventory, and figure out what are the thoughts that I am having constantly, and how are these thoughts manifesting themselves into who I am and what I am experiencing. Our happiness depends on our habit of mind we cultivate. So practice happy thinking every day, cultivate the merry heart, develop the happiness habit, and life will begin and become a continual feast. Same thing, your thoughts are influencing you. So if you want to have a good life, I would hope you would know that it is important that you think on happy thoughts. Now, I don't want this to seem hokey dokey too, because I know sometimes people are like, well, it ain't that easy. Actually, it is that easy. The hardship comes in 2 things. The hardship comes in 1, not doing the self-inventory, not going in and focusing and trying to get rid of those thoughts that are giving us a negative experience. And then the second thing comes in feeling like we don't have the power over our own being through our thoughts and through our feelings and emotions. You do. You do. Stop giving everything outside of you the power and own your own personal strength. It is a deeply empowering thing when you come to the realization. It's the epitome of self-love. When you come to the realization that you are responsible for the life that you are living. Take ownership of that. Don't be guilty about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just take ownership of it and change your thoughts so that you can change your life. Change your thoughts and change your world. That's another Norman Vincent Peale quote. Change your thoughts, change your world. It's impacting you. What you are thinking impacts you deeply. So if you want something better, then change it. The way to happiness: keep your heart free from hate, your mind free from worry, live simply, expect little, give much, scatter sunshine, forget self, and think of others. Live in the present moment. You don't have the life of yesterday. You're not guaranteed the life of tomorrow, but what you have is right now. And if you're breathing, and if you're living, and if you're loving, and if you're creating, you have everything you need. You have to choose that right now is your moment. Worry means you're thinking about tomorrow. Regret means you're thinking about yesterday. That serves no useful purpose. Remember I said any thoughts that doesn't serve your highest good and most useful purpose in your life are wasted thoughts. So why not focus your energies on where you are right now? The peace you want to have, focus your energies on where you are right now. But you got to master, or should I say remaster, your thinking. And it is your thinking. It's nobody else's thinking. The devil didn't make you do it. You know, your family didn't make you do it. The Bible didn't make you do it. Religion didn't make you do it. Society, X, Y, A, B, C, whatever factor you want to put in there didn't make you do it. You made yourself do it because you allowed your thinking to be controlled by outsiders. And you didn't master your thinking. So think about your thoughts. It's okay. It is okay to think about your thoughts and to go in and select the thoughts that you want to keep and get rid of the thoughts and replace the thoughts that you don't want to keep. That is the second major step to finding your healing. Is that not only do you accept what is, but you go in and you focus on what you're thinking about and what you're centering your thoughts about, and you begin to align them with where you want to be. And if you want a life of peace, if you want a life of prosperity, if you want a life of abundance and wholeness and health and happiness, then those are thoughts that you should be choosing to align yours with. I learned this personally, and I work on this. This is a daily walk for me, by the way, to continue to do that. I couldn't be who I am. I couldn't give to you if I wasn't authentic with you. This is a daily walk for me, to continue to master and remaster my thoughts so that I'm able to have the life that I want. Sometimes I get tired. Sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I get discouraged. But then I say, those aren't thoughts that'll get me to where I want to be. So I let them go and I replace them with, I got all the energy in the world. I replace them with, I am encouraged that I have subscribers who love me. I'm encouraged by letters. I'm encouraged by just the sun shining and the birds chirping and the children playing, because it lets me know that I matter in this world, and what I have is right now, it may not seem to be impacting nobody sometimes from my perspective, but somebody hears this message and say, you know what? I am going to change my thoughts so that I can have the life that I want to live, not tomorrow, right now. Right now. You guys, this book is full of gems, jewels. And I'm not just saying that because I want you to buy the book. I want you guys to heal. If this book doesn't help with that, then don't buy it. I'm not, that's not going to make me feel any kind of way, because for me, the strongest thing for me comes from you finding healing. I'm on this planet to help people. That's just one way I'm doing it. So my goal is for you to find your inner peace, your inner love, your inner self, your inner God, and to live from that place and have the life on your terms, the life that you want, which I know is of happiness, abundance, peace, and joy. That's what my wants are. And I know you guys share my wants, because that's just what a healthy-minded, peaceful-minded, joyous-minded, abundant-minded person will want. That's it, y'all. Y'all, I love coming here doing this. Continue to support, like the videos, subscribe to the channel. You can share the videos, leave comments, engage me so I can engage you. Let's make this a positive, let's keep this a positive place, a safe space for everybody, right? For everybody. Happy Pride Month for everybody. Happy Black Music Month for everybody. I want this to be a place where we see each other as we see ourselves, and we want to support each other, because that's what this world's about. That's the only way we can make it through this, is if we support each other. I love you guys. As I always say, I love you with the love of God, the love of Christ, this wholeness, this peaceful love, this love that is beyond anything you've ever experienced in a human form, or anything that you can experience, should I say. in a human form. And as I always say, I will see you all in the next video.